Hello, my name is Michelle Bell, and I'm one of the orchestra directors here at Wilson. I remember teaching in front of my computer last spring, a year ago, trying desperately to finish the year out and maintain some shred of normalcy for our students, and also thinking, what is our classroom going to look like when this is all over? How are we even supposed to teach orchestra when we can't even hear each other over Zoom? And is orchestra really even important, considering all of the other things that are going on right now? And a year later, I sit in front of my computer again, but more convinced than ever about the importance of what goes on in classrooms like ours. Yes, kids need to learn to read and write. They need to learn to add and multiply and solve for X. They need to learn to experiment and to hypothesize. They need to learn about our collective past. But equally important, I believe, is the opportunity to create and to connect. Our sincere hope for our students is that in this crazy year that they've had opportunities to create and make meaningful connections through orchestra. We are intensely proud of this performance because while it might not be perfect, it is the culmination of a year of these kids persevering through masks and social distancing, Zoom delays and connections, so many tier 1, 2, and 3 emails, Moodle malfunctions, YouTube live streams, quarantines, and COVID protocols, reinventing the wheel and redefining what is possible. We are so proud of these kids, and we hope that you enjoy the concert.
My favorite thing about orchestra is that I've learned how to play an instrument I don't think I probably would have ever learned to play, and I've learned new skills and I've met new people and new friends.
Hi, my name is Chelsea and I'm in the beginner orchestra. I just kind of came on here to kind of talk about my experience so far. So in the little time that I have been here, it's just so fun to just come in and just know you're just going to learn something new every day and you never get bored of the same thing. And the teachers, they just make it so much better. The teachers are just so fun. They make everything exciting, and it's just the coolest class that I've ever been in.
My favorite thing about orchestra is learning how to play and playing the bow. I think it's pretty interesting.
Music to me means progression. I mean, looking back to when humans had most progress, we got more music too, and I don't think that's a coincidence. When we look back at the most famous musicians, we might think Mozart, and he was a great musician, but we might forget about some of our modern day musicians who have changed music, TV, even sometimes the way we think. When it comes down to it, music to me truly is the sound of progress.
Hi, my name is Adriana. I'm a 7th grader at Wilson, and I'm in orchestra. My favorite part about orchestra is the family, the teachers, and the fun that we get to have. Because even though we had COVID, we had so much fun. The teachers are so nice. They will help you with anything. And it's just been a really fun experience being in orchestra class, and I'm definitely going to keep on being in orchestra.
My favorite thing about orchestra is the way it makes me feel. I love when I play a piece of music. It just lifts my spirits and it makes me feel happy. And that is what my favorite thing about orchestra.
My favorite part of orchestra is probably pass-offs because the teachers get to tell you what you're doing wrong and then you can get better.
For orchestra during quarantine, it kind of just made your feelings into music. You could put all your struggles into music. For online school, it made everything feel normal. Like it was the one thing that you could go back to that will always be the same. So it was like your comfort place. And when you got to in-person, it was just a reminder that we're all struggling trying to get back into the way things were. And we're all just in the same boat, and that's okay, because orchestras are home.
My favorite thing about orchestra class is getting to learn about the violin and getting better at the violin.
Being in Wilson Orchestra is so amazing because I come to school every day pumped to see all my friends. And because orchestra feels like a huge family where everyone respects you and loves you who you are. But during quarantine, it was kind of a little bad. But with the orchestra teachers there, they were always there for us, so it was amazing. I hope that every year is as good as this one, and I hope that you have an amazing night. Bye!
Orchestra has meant a lot to me this past year through quarantine. It has helped me improve on playing my instrument where before I had just been stuck and was getting nowhere. Orchestra has been a great motivator for me to continue playing my instrument in the future. I really enjoy the pieces we play, and I couldn't ask for better teachers.
My favorite thing about orchestra is that you get to learn how to play your instrument with your friends. You get to make friends, and when the concerts come, it's really fun to learn the songs and to just have fun with it.
What music means to me is creativity, considering how much creativity it takes to make a new melody, to make a new beat, and put it all together.
Hi, I'm Marshall Malcolm, and I am in orchestra, and I love to play the viola and stringed instruments. We have lots of fun, and you get a step-by-step how to do it. And if you ever need help, just ask for it, because you'll get it.
Orchestra is probably one of the most important things to me in my life. Because although I love this family, if I hadn't been introduced to orchestra and playing an instrument, I don't know what I would have done with myself. Because when you play your instrument with a whole group like that, it's hard to explain. You go to a whole nother world and you just always want to do it. Orchestra is very important to me, and I don't think I could live without it.
What does music mean to me? Well, my dream instrument is a violin. And when I was younger, I used to pretend I was playing a violin. And my great aunt was a music teacher herself. And music is an important part of my family.
I feel like during quarantine, a lot of people felt really powerless and lost because everything was just as it was. There was nothing you could do about it, nothing you could change. And so it helped to find the things that you could take control of, and for me that thing was orchestra. I couldn't slow the spread of COVID, but I could sit down and play my instrument and practice. So, when reality became everything but normal, orchestra was the one constant and the one thing that I could go to and everything be as we left it.
Through this whole COVID situation, being in orchestra and playing the cello has really been the light at the end of the tunnel for me. I am so glad that it is one of the only things that stayed the same, and I am so happy to be back into the building and with my orchestra family playing together.
Orchestra has been my saving grace this year. As a remote student, online is not easy. Playing my instrument is a huge stress reliever for me. I get to feel all emotional with the pieces and really sink into the music. Being online this year was a new experience for everyone that I honestly feel lucky to have. I appreciate Miss Bell and Miss Stevenson so much for working so hard for me and other 8th graders to have the best possible last year with the Wilson Orchestra. I am so excited to get back in person and play with my friends again, hopefully really soon.